Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy, man. So a little late to the party here on this trade room. I've actually been pretty busy the past few days. I've been really into the stock market and stuff like that, man. The whole, like Wall Street bets and GameStop and all that stuff, man. Actually, over my main channel, Crispy Flakes, I just did a video, my first ever financial video, man. You all call me the Wolf of Ball Street, bro. Talking about it if you're interested about that. But yeah, man. So it was like yesterday or the day before, it looks like. There've been some trade rumors going on about Derrick Rose, okay? And I gotta clear some things up about it, man. I gotta give my thoughts about it because really for the past, year, I hear all the time people, they're at me and stuff, man, saying like, oh, Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin deserve so much better and stuff like this, man, which really pisses me off because, for one, Derrick Rose, the Pistons offered to trade him last year. He said he wanted to stay. He said he wanted to stay. Not only that, but he signed the contract. It's not like he was traded to the Pistons and was locked on the team. He chose to come here because the Pistons gave him a damn chance. And so I really don't understand when people say that type of thing. But also with Blake Griffin, Blake Griffin has not played very good this year. So, in my opinion, when you are two of the main guys on a basketball team and that basketball team's not playing good, in a way, I don't really want to say you're part of the problem because Derrick Rose definitely could help out a contender right now, no doubt. But at the same time, it's maybe those guys need to play better too. It's really all comes down to it, man. So, as far as Derrick Rose getting traded though, I'm ready for it to happen. It won't bother me one bit because I'm really now if we can trade Derrick Rose with Blake Griffin, I'll be so happy, man. I love both these players. They've both been Blake Griffin was good 2 years ago for the Pistons, and Derrick Rose has just been fun to watch over the past few seasons or whatever. But with that being said, there is nothing going on with them as far as this rebuild goes. There is nothing more they can do to help this team. And, Derrick Rose, I'm really figuring was kind of kept around this season to mentor Killian Hayes, but he's going to be out until who knows how long, so that doesn't really help. Blake Griffin, I mean, like I said, not really been playing that good, so his contract's kind of untradeable anyway. But really, either time any one of those guys is on the court, it's going to be taken away from, young players playing. I'm going to say mostly focus on Blake Griffin because the Pistons outside of Killian Hayes is not playing. They don't really have a point guard prospect to really be getting minutes anyway, so I'm cool with D-Rose being out there. But with that being said, too, Pistons are not making the playoffs. Although I will say one thing that's kind of getting me motivated about them is that, despite them being 3-14 or 4-14, whatever their record is right now, I believe they've only lost one game by more than 10 points. So all their losses by games under 10. So that's a pretty good sign if you ask me. Jeremy Grant's been nice, man. But so the two teams that are interested right now is the LA Clippers and the New York Knicks. So I'm going to look at both these teams, man. I'm going to come to the conclusion if either team is worthy of Derrick Rose, if he should go to that team, if it even makes any sense. And, as a Piston fan, what I want via a trade, okay? We are not a charity. I know last year the Cavaliers essentially got Andre Drummond for nothing, but, we're done doing damn charity work up here, bro. If you want a player on the Pistons, you better cough up, something. I want something for him, okay? We ain't doing this Brandon Knight shit again. I swear to God, if we trade him to, the Toronto Raptors and get Stanley Johnson back, I will retire. I don't know what I'm retiring from, but I will retire from it. I will go find a job today, and I will retire from that job. So, okay, looking at D-Rose first. So what exactly is D-Rose, doing this season here, man? Second leading scorer on the team, 14.7 points per game, 5 assists. How's this looking compared to years past? So let me click on his name real quick here, man. Derrick Rose, D-Rose, former MVP player. I guess I want to go by season, right? Yeah, we'll go by season. Let's put it up top here. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. My bitch ass might be in the way. Oh, there it is. It's on top right there, man. So, yeah, 15 points. Not as much as last season, but I assume the minutes are probably down. He's playing about 3 fewer less minutes, shooting less. Field goal percentage is down this season, 43%. Shooting nicely from 3, but only on, 2 or 3 attempts. It's not bad. It's fine. Assists are fine. Last year he was playing really good. This season he's having a season. He's still, those are nice numbers. He's not starting any games either, so I guess we gotta keep that in mind. He's been coming off the bench, which, is probably what you want him to do. If he goes to the Knicks, I fear for them damn knees, guys. Straight up Tom Thibodeau is gonna run this man to the floor again. So, but looking at the Knicks roster, 8-11, 8th seed in the conference. They must be on a losing streak or something. They got lost to Utah pretty recently. But, man, as far as him going to this team, do I think it's really a good idea? I don't really see why it's necessary. I mean, I guess if they really want to make a playoff run, Sure, I guess Derrick Rose can help them off the bench. Because right now, they got Austin Rivers. He doesn't start though. Who start? I guess Alfred Payton. Yeah, I guess he'd be better than Alfred Payton. But even still, like Alfred Payton, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. It's a starting point guard. So what I would like to see happen. Okay, if they trade for Derrick Rose and it takes away minutes from Emmanuel quickly, it's stupid. It's a stupid trade and they should not do it. But if they want to start Emmanuel quickly and then use D Rose off the bench to mentor him and stuff, I'm all for that. I love quickly. I think he's gonna be a really good point guard of the future. But yeah, if they hinder his development to do that would be absolutely ridiculous. So who exactly do I want, man? Who's on the block here, guys? We take RJ Barrett and 2 first-round picks. No, I would say a realistic trade for this to go down. I, as a Piston fan, would be happy to get either Dennis Smith or Frank Ntilikina. Leaning a little bit towards Frank Ntilikina, I would like to get him, but Dennis Smith, I would be cool giving a chance too, just because, maybe a similar circumstance to Josh Jackson. Maybe he just needs that team that kind of believes in him and just needs, a chance to develop and stuff like that. And I'm not saying the Knicks were not that, but he was nice his rookie season on the Mavericks. So I would be cool getting him. Frank Ntilikina, I still think has potential to be just like this amazing. What he needs to be doing is shooting threes and playing defense. If Frank Ntilikina can become that, that's fine. I actually like him more as a shooting guard than I do a point guard. He kind of reminds me more, like, I feel like he could be like a DeAnthony Melton, like on the Grizzlies. I don't like him as like the main ball handler, though. So, I would be cool getting Frank Ntilikina or Dennis Smith. That's really all it would take for me. I feel like if it was Dennis Smith, maybe like a second round pick out of it too. I don't think we get a first. I don't think that's happening. But, Frank would be nice. We kind of need a shooting guard on the Pistons, but nobody on this team that I really see that I'd want that, because like Kevin Knox, I don't really see them giving up Kevin Knox, and he's a small forward anyway, so that wouldn't really help out. But yeah, Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith, and kind of groom either one of those guys to be like the backup point guard to Killian Hayes would be kind of cool. I'd be down for that. And like I said, maybe a second round pick would be kind of nice, but I don't know if I would really expect it, right? Because D Rose doesn't have a small contract, so I don't know if you guys got any like expiring contracts going over there on the Knicks. Maybe we can convince you guys also take on Blake Griffin, and we'll take on Mitchell Robinson and RJ Barrett. No, that's not gonna happen. So yeah, that's the one trade going down over there that I would like to see happen. The other team would be the LA Clippers, bro. I swear to God, if you guys trade for, I guess I gotta play Los Angeles Clippers, bro. They don't love. Come on, man. Come on. Here we go. If you guys trade for Derrick Rose, what is going on here, man? There we go. Okay, there we go. Then you essentially are going to be my Detroit Pistons, except you are able to get big names on your team. Because you guys are going to literally have Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard, Derrick Rose, Marcus Morris. I mean, that's it. That's four. That's four out of. I mean, that's 4 rotational players, on your roster like that, man. And if that happens, I'll be so pissed because it's literally gonna be like the team that I had to watch for many years, except you guys have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. So it would literally be the Pistons if they were able to sign free agents or trade for big names that didn't get injured all the time. So yeah, as far as this team goes, who would I be interested in, man? I'll take Luke Kennard. That would be so perfect, man, if we could just straight up do that trade. But realistically, I don't really see that happening. Honestly, I don't really think the Clippers have much that they'd be willing to give up and that the Pistons would really want back in a trade. Because, like, Lou Williams doesn't really make a lot of sense. He's old, and it's the same situation where it's like you want him on a contending team, so it doesn't make sense. Patrick Beverley makes 0 sense. I mean, if the Pistons had a reunion with Luke Kennard, that'd be cool, but, they got rid of him for a reason. But if we were able to somehow flip D Rose and get Luke Kennard, and then we got Sadiq Bey out of it, that'd be a big-time W, because that means we essentially trade Derrick Rose for a pick, but yeah, I don't really see that happening. They don't really have anybody else. I guess, I look at this one dude, Mfiondu Kabengele. Okay, that's a name, but he's a forward. We don't need a forward like that. We got so many forwards on this team as is, so I don't really see a good possible trade. And as far as draft picks go, I mean, once again, if we go the route to maybe 1 or 2 second round picks, okay, I'm sure the Clippers could afford that. But as far as first round picks, they gave up everything to get Paul George on this team. So, yeah, I don't really see too many trades going on here. I guess maybe I'd be interested in Zubac, or Zubats, whatever the hell his name is. Him with Mason Plum, the little rotation right there would be kind of interesting. But, yeah, not really too much else going on here, man. But, yeah, I do fully expect Derrick Rose to get traded. At this point, you might as well, get something back for him. It doesn't make a lot of sense just to, let him walk away if teams are interested right now. So, And he could help a lot of contending teams. Knicks are not a contending team in my opinion, man. They're not a contending team. But I do think out of these two teams, they have the most to offer up. And I'm sure other teams would be interested too if he was officially on the trade block. So that's all we got for this video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out.